think what we saw there tonight was two fairly uninspiring performances from the English sides, but the difference is Arsenal got the job done.
Yeah, Arsenal were pretty good. I mean, Zurich weren't up to much, to be honest. I think Sociedad in a calibre above that. Arsenal have their own issues as well, but they're two teams, Arsenal and United, that are trying to find something, trying to get away from what they previously were. Arsenal, we thought, turned the corner until they went to Old Trafford. Man United thought we turned the corner until tonight. But I think both teams, it's clear that Manchester United especially have a good starting 11, capable of competing. But after that, I tell you, it gets very, very thin, and you can't expect to do the whole season just using 10, 11, 12 players. It's going to take time for Ten Hag to sort this out. Perhaps another 2 or 3 transfer windows till he moves on the players that he doesn't need and gets in the correct ones.
Arsenal were good in patches, though, Richard, and we saw that with 2 goals, 2 very well taken goals from them.
Yeah, they when they had their opportunities, Arsenal, and they wanted to play, they could cook Zurich open whenever they felt like it. Vieira came in for his first start. Great little bit of footwork, releases, and Nketiah, who finds a great ball across, and Marquinhos, who making his debut, arrived right on cue, perfect finish with his right foot. And throughout the game, Arsenal dominated possession. They had loads of the ball, and any trouble that came from Zurich was caused by themselves. Martinelli, again, a player who's been in great form, makes the run, takes a few defenders. These guys don't close down the first cross, and Nketiah gets in at the back stick with a good header, and it was very comfortable for Arsenal. And when you're trying to compare Arsenal and Man United, and you're looking, they made a few changes and they looked a little bit more like the first team than what Man United looked like theirs. There was a big difference in that. Yeah. But it's important. I think in the Europa League, sometimes you can look at it and think, are the English teams taking it seriously? It's not a competition you can just switch your form on and off. You need to be able to perform. You need to get the right results. And Arsenal got off to a good start.
Yeah, Arsenal made 7 changes, Damien. United made 6, but there wasn't such a drop-off in performance.
No, I mean, Arsenal still absolutely dominated that game. Really had a good first half, moved the ball around the pitch, probed. 78% possession, I think, is what they had. What you worry about with Arsenal, or the fault with Arsenal, is that sometimes they just give you chances when you don't have to earn it. See, Zurich were chasing shadows, and all of a sudden Arsenal's self-inflicted problems gave them hope, especially with the goal when they got it back to 1-1. Whereas Manchester United, they've got bigger problems insofar as like the performances we saw in the last 5 games, high energy, high tempo, intensive performances.
Where does it leave United now after going backwards, it seems?
Ten Hag just had to try and get through with starting 11 as best as he possibly can. It's difficult when you get off to a losing start in the Europa League now, because you've got to start putting out your strongest team, especially in the home games coming up against Ammonia and then Sheriff. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to rotate his squad, but that's a challenge.
Yeah, 2 tough places to go as well, Richard. Do you think, is there an argument he shouldn't have made so many changes for the first game? Is there an argument to say you get your points on the board and then you play your second string?
Certainly is. Certainly with the opposition in Real Sociedad, it's the toughest team in the group. It's going to be a difficult fixture. You're on a good run of form. You don't want to lose that rhythm that you've got, but you made the 7 changes or 6 changes, and they paid the price for it in the end. Every game Man United play is a huge game for the opposition. So going to Ammonia, going to Sheriff is going to be really difficult for them, and they need an improvement on the performance that we've seen tonight. It just wasn't good enough, and he will have looked at that and thought maybe next time it won't be that so many changes.
The penalty decision, Damien, was a little contentious. Jerry Armstrong commentary certainly didn't seem to think it was a penalty, and I don't think either of you did either.
No, it's not a penalty. I mean, defenders has to be allowed to defend. We see it here. Sociedad work it well. Nice little cutback for the shot. And look how quick Martinez is out. He does not deserve to have a penalty given against him for that. He breaks his neck to get out and stop the shot. Hits him on the hip or the thigh, and it pops up onto his hand. I'm unaware that the rule had changed, because previously it had been that if it was a deflection up onto an arm, it wasn't a penalty. Maybe that was changed. Maybe I've missed something there, but with VAR, to go back and look at it and say to the referee, it hit him on the hip or hit him on the thigh, hopped up onto his hand, that's not intentional handball, therefore it's not a penalty. But VAR seemed to back up the referee.